of the body that votes to confirm the president's cabinet. Senator Tillis, do you think the president made the right decision to fire Pam Bondi today?
Before we get into this, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We break down the biggest political moments with facts, clarity, and a strong America First perspective. Now, this is a story that's turning heads across Washington. A Republican senator is drawing a hard line, not against Democrats, but against his own party's potential nominee. And it's all centered around January 6th and the future of the Justice Department.
I'm not really sure. We saw the reports coming in late yesterday and overnight. I'm not really sure what the basis for it was. We'll be seeing potentially another nominee come in before the Judiciary Committee. A little bit too early for me to understand the rationale behind it. I had a good relationship with General Bondi. I hear some of the reports may be a frustration from the president on pursuing certain cases. You know my position. I have a problem with some of the cases they have pursued, like what I think is the bogus case against Chair Powell. So if it's founded in that sort of frustration, I'd have to respectfully disagree with the president. If there are other facts related to other matters that I haven't seen reported, I'll reserve judgment.
And Senator Tillis, just if there is a new nominee, I mean, there's word he might put someone who's already Senate confirmed, but if it is a new nominee, you do have your vow that you're not voting for people if that investigation into Chair Powell continues. Is that something that you'd want to hear from the new nominee, that they would drop that investigation?
Well, there's two pieces. One is the investigation of Jerome Powell. There will not be another Fed chair confirmed until that's disposed of, or until, for the first time since the allegations were made public, they can actually prove there's even a scintilla of criminal activity. We have 7 Republican members of the Banking Committee saying there wasn't. Now, separate matter, for me, the threshold for somebody following Pam Bondi ends the moment I hear they said one thing that excused the events of January the 6th. I've been very clear on that. So I hope whoever they have in mind to follow General Bondi was very clear-eyed on my position on January the 6th. That's why I didn't support 2 other nominees who were coming through Judiciary Committee, and I won't support any nominee who thought that any element of January 6th was excused.
And Senator Shaheen, I mean, obviously, Senator Tillis is right. Part of that reporting that we heard from sources was the president was frustrated with the Attorney General for not going after enough of his political opponents. I mean, arguably, she did go after several of the people he wanted prosecuted. They tried to indict several of them. What's your view of her ouster?
Well, first of all, I agree with Thom on his 2 points around Jerome Powell and January 6th. I think it's very important that we acknowledge what happened on January 6th and that we not prosecute anybody for political reasons. And I think I disagree with the president in saying that he's dismissing Pam Bondi because she's not prosecuting his opponents. But I think one of the things that has gotten her into trouble, and I didn't vote for, has been how she's handled the Epstein files, because that has been a real issue of public concern. And frankly, she said she had all the files, she was going to release them, and she released them in pieces with major names and issues redacted from them, and no real commitment to go after the people who were responsible for sexually assaulting dozens, probably hundreds of girls. And the public is just not going to accept that.
Yeah. Senator Jeanne Shaheen and Senator Thom Tillis, thank you both for being on, for a bipartisan interview, and for joining us from Seoul. We always appreciate your time, but it's nice to have the 2 of you together, so thank you.
Thank you, Caitlin.
We're seeing fallout after President Trump's reported decision to remove Pam Bondi, and now Senator Thom Tillis is making it crystal clear. Not every nominee is going to get a free pass, even from within the GOP. Tillis says he's still trying to understand why Bondi was removed. According to reports, frustration may have played a role, particularly around certain prosecutions, but Tillis didn't hold back. He openly disagreed with what he called questionable legal pursuits, including a case involving Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. Now here's where things get serious. Tillis laid out 2 firm conditions going forward. First, on the issue of Jerome Powell, He's signaling that Republicans aren't just going to rubber stamp leadership decisions if there are unresolved or politically driven investigations. He wants clear evidence, not speculation. But second, and this is the big one, Tillis drew a red line on January 6th. He said flat out, if any future Attorney General nominee says anything that excuses what happened on January 6th, he will vote no. No exception. That's a strong stance, and it shows something important. Even within the Republican Party, there's a line between defending conservative values and appearing to justify chaos or lawlessness. Now, on the other side, Democrat Senator Jeanne Shaheen actually agreed with Tillis on key points. She emphasized that prosecutions should never be politically motivated and criticized how the Epstein case was handled, saying the public expects full transparency and accountability. So what does this all mean? It means the next Attorney General nomination could turn into a major political battle, not just between Republicans and Democrats, but within the GOP itself. And here's my take. Accountability matters. The rule of law matters. Conservatives have always stood for order, justice, and equal application of the law, not selective enforcement based on politics. If Republicans want to maintain credibility, they have to show consistency on those principles. At the same time, concerns about politically motivated prosecutions are real. Americans don't want a justice system that's used as a weapon. That's where this debate becomes critical. What we're watching right now is a defining moment. What kind of Justice Department does the country want moving forward? If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure you like this video and subscribe for more real, no-nonsense political analysis. And stay tuned, because the next nomination and how Republicans respond to it could shape the direction of the country for years to come. You don't want to miss what comes next.